All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Teaching Modalities in Higher Education. And thank you for attending. And thank you to all of my online students as well. We haven't even started yet, and he's already talking to invisible people. I'm talking to the students who are watching online right now. At least attendance will be strong. And today we'll discuss the three major instructional modalities used in higher education, which is face-to-face, hybrid, and fully online. Let's begin with traditional face-to-face in learning. This is the classic instructional model where instructors and students meet physically in the same environment at the same time. So the structure most people associate with college classrooms. Ah, yes, a system built on lectures, discussion, and finding parking before class starts. Correct. Face-to-face allows for immediate feedback, spontaneous discussion, nonverbal communication, real-time collaboration. It also tends to strengthen classroom community and instructor presence. Exactly. Face-to-face instruction is particularly effective in laboratories and clinical settings, seminar discussions, and even performance-based disciplines. Also useful for professors who communicate heavily with facial expressions. Excuse me, but my facial expressions are pedagogically intentional. Yeah, and yesterday your eyebrows taught half the class about plagiarism. And retention rates were excellent. Anyway. Face-to-face obviously has some limitations and challenges it presents too. Okay, limited scheduling flexibility, interruptions, geographic constraints, and accessibility barriers for some learners, which becomes especially important for adult learners who have to balance family and work obligations. And those are all considerations we have to take in. And that's why we came up with another idea, which is fully online learning, where education meets buffering. Online learning occurs entirely through digital platforms without the need to be in a physical building. Yes, courses may be synchronous, they may be asynchronous, meaning they meet at the same time, they meet at different times, or they can be a combination of any of them. Translation: everyone suffers together at 8 a.m. or everyone suffers alone at midnight. So online learning offers substantial advantages to face-to-face in the sense that accessibility is a lot better, just like we can see now, geographic reach, flexible scheduling, expanded educational opportunities, essentially trying to answer all the problems that face-to-face dealt with. Now, some studies have even shown that this improved learning outcomes for some students. Though before we kind of run with that, it's most likely due to the extra time that they get in comparison to face-to-face, and because of all the other benefits we just discussed. Especially for non-traditional students like working professionals and distance learners. Precisely. However, effective online instruction requires substantial instructor presence. Because if a professor disappears for 2 weeks, people start forming survival communities. Yeah, that can happen. And strong online teaching requires consistent communication, timely feedback, clear organization, and interactive engagement, which sometimes can be difficult. And when you're doing your discussion posts, that does mean for my online students, it's more than just I agree with the previous comment. Hey, I feel called out. Honestly, that one deserved to be called out. That's not peer engagement. That's academic camouflage. Okay, it requires intentionality, and really you do get out what you put in when it comes to the online learning environment. Now, one challenge in online learning is combating isolation. Students who feel disconnected, which can happen a lot through a camera in a video conference, often will disengage academically, and so we have to find ways to bring them in. Which is why community building strategies matter even in digital spaces. So, memes in the discussion board? Educationally relevant memes, yes. Yes! Now, let's talk about blended or hybrid instruction. Ah, yes. The Modalities says, what if we just combined all educational stress into one convenient package? You see, hybrid instruction combines face-to-face learning with online learning and tries to bring out the best of both while mitigating some of those challenges. So part of the coursework happens physically and part of it happens digitally. Exactly. And when designed effectively, hybrid learning can maximize flexibility, engagement, student autonomy, and instructional variety. Yeah, and when poorly designed, students find 17 tabs that they didn't know existed. An unfortunate but accurate observation. Online students, if you currently do have 12 or more tabs open, just take a breath, read your syllabus, you'll be fine. He says that like students actually read the syllabi. I don't even read emails titled important. Yeah, somewhere a professor just felt that in their soul. Yeah, that hurt a little. But the effectiveness of hybrid learning really depends heavily on the intentional instructional design. A strong hybrid course aligns learning objectives, it aligns technology tools, it also aligns assessments and student interaction, combining the best practices it can from both face-to-face and online. It also requires students to develop strong time management skills, because nothing motivates learning like posting to a discussion board at 11:59 p.m. Ah, yes, that sacred academic hour. So each model offers significant and unique strengths and limitations. Face-to-face learning emphasizes immediacy and interaction. Hybrid learning tries to balance flexibility with personal engagement. And online learning increases accessibility and learner independence. The important question is not which modality is best. The important question is which modality best supports the learning objectives and student population we have. Also, will the technology work? An excellent secondary research question. See, effective teaching is not determined solely by location or technology. It depends on intentional pedagogy, communication, and engagement. And occasionally knowing how to unmute yourself. It was one time, and my daughter helped me get the cat filter off. So whether instruction occurs physically in a classroom, hybrid, or entirely online, the goal still remains the same: meaningful learning. And so my online students, for your next discussion post, which modality do you prefer and why? Oh, sorry, I'm late. Did I miss anything important? Until next time.